on the weekend. They battled with the exit strategy. They battled in a number of areas, but really they didn't look like a team that was cohesive at all.
I tell you what, compliments and hats off to Jimmy first. They waited for them. They waited for them down there, Joel, and you know, from the word go, what worried me straight away with the exit play, now that they're showing it of the lines there, is right there, when Creel kicks the ball, it doesn't reach the halfway line. Look where he catches it on the 10, and now Fred, who's supposed to sweep at the back, is late because it's a poor kick, and it's a brilliant try by Talliard. But let me tell you, that was a no-man's land kick. They should have played it to the edge and then bring Talliard up. But the same again here. Fred kicks it, look where it lands. There's a net that's a halfway line. Now look, the chase line is not coming. So are they over the halfway line? Yes. Put the up and under. Where's all the pressure? Back on the lines. So the exit play for me is a big a work point that they need to fix. And look, they were so quick in there. And now this was a brilliant bit of rugby again. Westraat, man of the match. Look at his hands there. Not good enough for me from this point of view that they allowed them. They could have run past, kick, play out of there. They're back on their own try line. And very well done to the Pumas. We must remember, guys, they lost. They played with 3 props on the bench. They lost their hooker as well. They lost a Willemse with a calf in the week. So there was disruptions as well. The same with the Lions. They had a few guys not playing. I want to know, where's Van den Berg? You know, although Ross did very well. Where's Hendricks, the fly-off, maybe within a 20s?
He's injured, yeah.
Is he injured?
Yeah. But so just on the Lions, I mean, the Lions used to have a pretty clear plan in the way they played.
That's exactly what
Are they in between game plans? Because, you know, you knew the Lions played this running brand of rugby, fast, high-intensity, position-based. Now, you know, you talk about the Lions exit and kicking, you know, where it was never like it before the Lions.
I'll explain so the viewer can understand as well. We had a policy, or the DNA of the Lions traditionally. I don't want to talk about those days anymore. That's gone, it's new days. But what they caught in between, we say in Afrikaans, between die boom and die bos. They're right in between there. Must we run or must we kick? Now, in both those cases, it was so on. It was a 4-on-2, but you must have confidence, you must have the tenacity and the ball skills to play it out there. Feed it to a Ruan Combrink, who would then decide, do I take my guy on? Now Talliard is up, now I can turn him. So they turn them at the wrong times. And if I refer to the tennis, it's the old term that we use. Once the kicking start, who wins the point? How far is the kick? Was there pressure? You know, did you allow them to get to the net? You can't allow them to get to the net. And that's what exactly your point. I feel they in between 2 game sets. I'm not too sure exactly what happens there. We used to dominate scrums that they battle with now. The Pumas came and gave them a scrumming lesson, you know. And then saying that, Jimmy, it's not only that. There's 47 players in the Springbok squad. They've got 1. So Milani there.
Yeah.
So that's a concern. And I would say now, look at the facts. We've got no Springboks. We've got all these players. All this massive guy, we should now dominate. We should now kill the Pumas. It's now time to put the knife in and turn it more than ever, because the other teams, the Bulls, are disrupted. The Sharks have got so many Springboks in their camp, and the same with the Stormers. So there's a lot of factors. I'm not there. I'm just give opinion on what I see.
So a number of the Lions players are also playing overseas, I think in Japan at the moment, the likes of Elton Yankees. But maybe a word on Jimmy Stonehouse, Jimmy. He is one of those unsung coaches. Somehow, with not the best-looking squad in the world, gets unbelievable results.
Yeah, it's opportunity. This team that he's gotten, remember when they played Currie Cup, they'd almost float in and out of games. They'd give away big leads. This time they just continued and managed to get the victory. So with the Pumas, they'd be in the game, and then the last 20 minutes, they'd concede somehow, but their maul was good, scrum was good, you know, kicking game was good, chase lines, counter-attack. So it's always a dangerous game. It's similar to going, you know, back in the day, we used to go up to Kimberley, but the maul was good. Everything looked like it was functioning well, settled down.
And a fly-off back.
Oh, you're right, Nick.
He's a really important key player. He got badly injured in the Currie Cup and didn't play in a lot.
Eddie Fouchier.
Yeah.
But he's key to their success as well. He's a good driver.
Yeah, you also find this team's been together for a long time. Westraat's been there for a good 5-6 years. Engelbrecht's been there, you know. So they've gelled nicely together. But for me, sometimes it comes to belief with a lot of the Pumas. I mean, I remember, I think Currie Cup last year, or the previous Currie Cup, where they were up against the Stormers by 30-something points, and Galan scored a try in the last minute to win it. So in the last minute of the game to win the game. But a lot of the times, they put themselves in good positions. Now it's about converting that pressure or that position into wins.
There's another issue here, and that is that they probably had 2 months of training without games. So they are dying to play this game.
Yeah.
The Lions have gone through those very physical games that we've just had, which was the Rainbow Club in South Africa, and they were all very close. The Lions managed to beat the Bulls at home, which was a big result for them. And I think, just going into another competition so soon, I don't think, like the Bulls, who were taken by surprise by Benetton, I think that the Lions were taken a bit by surprise by a fresh and far more enthusiastic Pumas team.
There was a lot of similarities. The Lions lost the exit play, the same with the Bulls. The Lions, the Pumas won the isolation, putting pressure on the kick. And so, but you know what, you guys said a very important thing here. Francois Kleinans, and you look at Willie Engelbrecht and that captain from Vurenhof, there's a
good player.
It's almost like the old Griekwa days. It's maybe in Nelspruit now. You come there, you hit Weststraat, and AJ Leroux is still injured with his neck. I saw him the other day. There's a good hooker who's not playing. So they've got their problems, but I tell you what, there's a tough bunch of guys playing there now. And this Eddie Fouchier, guys, working with him as a junior here at the Lions a few years back, he is so underrated. He understands the game. He's tough. He's got a good boot in him. He understands the spaces.
How was
and
that little chip?
Beautiful.
Perfect.
And he talks. He never stopped talking. He runs the whole show. He's
a bit like you.
Sorry, he's in his bit now, so it's over to the next couple.